I know what you're. I know you're gonna ask what you're gonna ask about. And I'd rather have it on the show.
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Brink of Sanity, episode 327. I am Jay. With me is Bry.
Hi.
And Mark.
Hi.
All
I
right.
hate that intro. Like
Well-
you're like, with me it's Brian. And Brian has to go, hi. And I have to go, hi. We got something that's like a better intro.
Well, I tried the organic openings and you don't like that. What do you want
Maybe the
from me?
organic opening makes more sense. This one just sounds so like,
Now you like
Brian,
the
you-
organic opening.
yeah, Brian, do you like this opening where we both have to go, hi, hi?
I think you're just mad that he says me first.
Yeah, this wasn't a problem when Mark's name was first.
Yeah.
I just don't like the hi thing.
I don't know.
I am fine with Brian's name being first. He came before me on the show. I know you could also add a third person that doesn't even exist before me and make me fourth. I don't care. I just don't like the hi thing.
I'm not sure.
Why don't you just say brought to you with Mark and Jay or Jay and Mark, Jay, Brian, and Mark, and don't have us say hi. Just to start the show. We shouldn't be saying hi. No other show does that. Bill Simmons doesn't have his guest like he has a guest on that like it's like I'm here with Matt Damon and Matt Damon's like hi.
Oh, fuck Bill Simmons.
I'm just saying. I'm trying
I
to
think
of
he
another
does,
show.
though.
Does he? Does the host go like does? I can't think of any show where I listen to where like the guests go.
I
goes,
bet you if
"Hi."
a guy had Mickey Mouse on, he would say, hi.
Exactly. We don't have Mickey Mouse in the show.
You can't think of a show where the guy introduces his host?
No, when it's just a person, it's not like a moment with the guy's just like awkward. Hi. You don't think this is a weird opening? Maybe if we said something like "What's going on?" Like there's something better than "Hi" at least. Maybe it's our fault. We should come up with a more creative opening. What do you think, Bri?
Well,
Am I
the problem is when Jay says my name, I'm never sure if he's going to pause for me to say hi or what. So I kind of just say hi anyway. And I'll just talk over him like I always do. So,
CJ, maybe it's on you, Jay. Bry's already pointing out a problem with you as your intro.
I mean, and 99% of the problems on the show are usually Jay's fault anyway, right? So,
Jay, do you think we'd be on top of you? We'd be already getting mad at you for something to start the show?
It's a new record.
So I have a question for you guys.
All right.
Do you remember, and I don't want to get too much into this, but do you remember where you were on 9/11?
yes.
Just real quick, where were you?
I was at the job that I was working at the time.
Jay, where were you?
I was home. I was actually going to move back up to Boston the next day.
Are there other events that you could think of that like where you knew where you were at the time? Other big time events. Leave 9/11. Are there any other things in your lifetime where you think like I remember where I was when I heard that news?
I'm sure there are, yeah.
Okay, so I was the same thing examples, but I have one that. Where were you, Bri? You in particular. Where were you when you heard the Mets were sold?
I was actually walking up my driveway, and I was checking my phone, and I had a couple of alerts, and I saw one that said Wilpons are going to sell the team, and I just kind of stopped, like, that's got to be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not going to forget this moment. Jay, is this a 9/11 level moment of like just like not in a bad thing? I'm just like something that will stick in your memory, Jay. Where were you, Jay, when you heard about the news?
What news?
That the Mets are being sold.
I was at work today, and my coworker asked me to ask you about it.
So the news is Steve Cohen, a rich. I've been saying for a long time the Mets need a rich asshole billionaire hedge fund guy to buy the team and not care about spending money. And they may have one. He is a rich asshole hedge fund guy. Steve Cohen is buying the Mets. He already has a stake in them, and his stake over the next 5 years will go to 80%. And the current owners over the next 5 years they'll have control of the team for the next 5 years, and then they will no longer have control. It'll be a transition, and everyone gets all Mets fans. One of the frustrations is the Mets don't spend money, and now they have Steve Cohen, and I assume he'll spend money. Brian, are you excited about Steve Cohen?
I was actually just reading about an hour ago, actually, that this Cohen guy is who Bobby Axelrod is based on.
I was gonna point that out. Yeah.
Billions, yeah. It's gonna be a long 5 years. A lot could happen. I might not be alive by then, but I guess it's exciting.
Yeah, we won't talk too much baseball, but the show Billions. If you watch it on Showtime, it is the show revolves around basically the U.S. Attorney General who's going after a big hedge fund guy who's supposed to be a criminal, and the criminal is based on Steve Cohen, it's basically supposed to be like a fictionalized story of Preet Bharara, who was the former U.S. Attorney General going after Steve Cohen. So, are you excited about having a guy who was? Are you excited about Bobby Axelrod running the Mets?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, it's a long ways away, but it's exciting.
I assume he's going to have a major role. Like I imagine, he's right from the beginning, he's going to have a big role, even though he's not officially running the team. You'd think,
yeah,
right?
You would think so. I mean, it's not going to get him to get Zach Wheeler back, but
yeah. Well, he's paying like $2.6 billion, some kind of, or his share is like based on that valuation. So I imagine if he's putting in billions of dollars, he's going to have a say in what happens going forward.
I would think so. Yeah, maybe he could buy the Knicks for you guys too.
That'd be cool. Jay, does this give us hope? The Mets are being sold. Is it possible that Dolan's going to sell the Knicks also?
Yeah, how much is it worth? My coworker was saying it was like 14 billion or something like that.
That's how much he's worth.
So he's worth 14 billion. He's supposed to be one of the richest people in the world. I guess they said the valuation he's investing in is that 2.6 billion, and he's going to invest 80% of the team. So I assume the math on it would be he's investing 80% of 2.6 billion, so $1.8 billion. I don't know.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
But he's already invested because he already owns
a portion
like 10%,
of the team,
right?
Yeah, that's true. So basically, he's a minority owner that they're going to make a majority owner.
But he's white, so
yeah. It's funny also because people were giving the Wilpons a lot of crap for being in bed with Madoff, a criminal, and now every fan who was giving them crap for that is super excited to have a different criminal running the team. Jay, so you hate James Dolan. Would you be happy with the Knicks being bought by someone who is a alleged criminal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm so excited for them to buy the Mets, and I'd be very happy about the Knicks too. Why not?
Yeah.
So what's going on, guys?
Yeah, you want to go first, Bri?
Yeah, not much. Jay?
I got stuff to talk about. I was thinking of billionaires.
I am shocked.
Speaking of billionaires, what do you guys think of Bloomberg being in the not to get too political, but what do you guys think of Bloomberg being in the election?
Hate it.
Why do you hate it?
Well, Jay has his hand out wanting some of his money. That's why he hates it.
Well, I think Andrew Yang will give you $10,000, so vote for him.
Well, I'm getting in the Yang gang.
I mean, he's just like, here's $10,000. I guess I'll vote for you. But Jay, why do you hate Bloomberg being in?
I didn't think he was a good mayor, so why would I think he'd be a good president?
Bro, you have any opinion about Bloomberg?
I think it's just kind of shitty that he just jumping in now, towards the end of the line, he didn't do any of the legwork. He's just sort of I mean, I guess I like the idea somebody's going to come in and spend their own money instead of making people waste their money on their campaign. Because I think the biggest waste of money in the entire world is just campaigning and politics. It's how many times you could feed the whole world on just one presidential election? Yeah,
I mean, basically everyone gives all this money to the different candidates, so none of them can do anything to help them. Yeah,
it's just so ridiculous. So it's why, when Trump was running and he was asking for donations, you're supposed to be a billionaire, pay for it yourself, tough guy.
Yeah, you'd think.
So I mean, that part of Bloomberg is okay, but it's a little late now. He's kind of just sitting back. I guess it's a smart strategy for him. He sits back, waits for everyone to knock each other out, and a bunch of people drop out, and then he just kind of parachutes in. But I don't think he has much credibility. I don't think he'd be a good candidate.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. So he is worth something like $50 billion, they say. So he actually is worth 3 times as much as this guy who's buying the Mets. And he said he's going to spend $150 million on his campaign, spending his own money. He's 77 years old. $150 million is 0.3% of his net worth. That's like the equivalent of like one of us being like, I'm going to run for president and I'm going to spend $3,000.
Yeah.
That would be that's a lot for me.
Okay, I'm just doing
maybe for
$300.
Mark. Maybe for Mark that would be 0.3%.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've served it, so it's different. But don't you think he's spending like? I know people are saying, "Wow, he's spending $150 million." Don't you think he's spending like how much could he give a shit about being president if he's only spending 0.3% of his net money?
Well, it's $100 million. It doesn't matter. Like that's a lot of money.
Right, but here's what I think he should do. I think he has $50 billion. He should spend $49 billion in this campaign. Why not? Tell me why he shouldn't. Because he spends $49 billion. At the end of it, either he's president or he's still a billionaire. Doesn't seem like it goes poorly either way.
I don't know.
I think there's only so much you could spend.
Here's what I would like. I want to talk about you guys. If he was going to run for president and said, I'm going to spend 49, or let's say it's 51 billion, he's going to spend $50 billion in the campaign. How could he spend it to get elected?
He could give everyone $1,000.
He could actually be like, Andrew Yang is going to maybe pass law. I'm just going to give you the money. He could basically hire half of America to get the other half America to vote for him.
He could probably get half of America to kill the other half of America, the people that wouldn't vote for him.
He could pay for Hunger Games to go on in every city in America.
He could just have every commercial between every show on every channel.
He could be like, listen, I bought all the shows on Netflix, on pay TV, everything. There's no TV until you fucking elect me.
He just holds TV for ransom.
He could probably take $49 billion, offer it to Trump to get out.
Yeah. Do you think Trump would take that? If that was his whole campaign was, here's $49 billion, Trump, leave the office.
Oh, he would take it in a heartbeat.
Would Trump take that, Jay? What do you think? Is Trump too proud to take $49 billion?
I don't know. Why would you want all this? Like, he can't be having a good time being president.
No, there's no way. There's no way he's enjoying being president.
And you're offering him $49 billion. He could be like, hey, you know what I'm going to do with the $49 billion? I'm going to buy Bolivia. It's mine now.
He's going to buy Iceland or Greenland.
Yeah, he could actually buy Iceland probably. I'm sure you're like, Iceland's not for sale. Here's $40 billion.
I mean, he only did it to try to make money anyway, so. Yeah,
like if that would be the greatest turnaround ever for Trump. He's like, I came in this to make money, and you know what? Some guy gave me $49 billion not to be president because I'm that shitty of a president.
Yeah, I would take. He would be really dumb not to.
Yeah. Right. What if you got a call and they're like, "This is the Bloomberg campaign. We're going to pay you $50,000 to convince Jay to vote for you. Vote for me."
Jay's a tough nut to crack. I'm going to need $100,000.
But like he could do that with everyone, like half of America basically. It'd probably work out.
Because then I'd take the 100, give Jay 50, and we'd both vote for Bloomberg.
He could just buy Texas. He'd be like, "Hey, Texas hasn't flipped to the the Democrats in forever. I'm gonna go to Texas, give everyone a lot of money, and I'm just gonna buy Texas, basically."
I mean, that's probably in the ballpark for a shitty state, not Texas, but
you fucking get Rhode Island,
right?
Like, well, he doesn't need Rhode Island in his 2 electoral votes.
That's true. But you don't think with $50 billion you couldn't buy Texas? What if you're like, I'm not gonna, because you're not allowed to actually buy people's direct their votes. What if he's like, I got $50 billion. Everyone in Texas, I'm just gonna buy you guys a car. You get a car. You get a car like Oprah did.
Might be able to do that, yeah.
What if he basically buys the Super Bowl? It's like, I'm not gonna get you guys. America cannot see the Super Bowl until you guys vote for me. He buys the sport of basketball. We don't have the NBA until we vote for him.
Oh, that'd be great.
I mean, for $49 billion, you could do that.
He could buy the Star Wars franchise. Well,
you're not getting
another You're not going to get another Star Wars movie or a Marvel movie until you vote for me.
Oh, so he bought Disney Plus? Is that what happened?
Exactly. He could buy The Brink of Sanity and force everyone in America to listen to it.
Or
Any other
just
ideas?
make
He
people
could buy
aware
he
of
could
it.
buy Jay's company and make sure his life is still hell at work.
He could buy out every accounting firm in America and prevent Jay from ever getting a job in accounting. Jay's like, you didn't actually have to do that. He could buy sequel and let Jay be the god of sequel, whatever the hell that is. How is sequel going, Jay?
Still waiting for the HR guy to show up. It's really cool that I took this
I
class.
thought he was going to be there. I thought he was going to be back from vacation. So Jay, to update you, Jay took a course in SQL, which is called SQL, which is what is it exactly?
Yeah, it's a coding language so that you can manipulate databases. It's pretty useful.
So Jay he took it, and all he had to do was contact the HR guy at this company, and the guy was going to set him up to take this test to be interviewing at the company. And now the HR guy has been murdered by the same guy that killed Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah, he's been missing since I finished the class, so that's really cool.
This is where Mark tries to segue into The Irishman.
I haven't watched it yet, so please
It's
do
not
not.
very good.
Shut the fuck up! I just downloaded it. I want to watch it. You have to fucking tell me it's not good. Why do you do that?
It's every bit of 3.5 hours.
I've heard that. I'm gonna watch it on the train in parts. I don't think I can sit there for 3.5 hours. You didn't like it?
It was okay.
Ah, right.
Jay, did you see it?
No, that's way too long for me.
I'm guessing that they could have easily cut an hour out, but they didn't have the balls to tell Scorsese to edit the movie.
I don't even have any interest in watching anything over 2 hours.
But yet you'll sit there and read the Walking Dead comic book 12 times in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for 3.5 hours straight.
No?
No. I don't do anything for more than an hour anymore.
It's like watching a sporting event. It's like watching a football game or a baseball game.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. What if you wouldn't watch a overtime basketball game?
I usually end up walking away for a little while.
2.5 hours of the game, they're like, we're in our triple overtime. Turning this off. It's too long.
I usually start games an hour late while recording it, so I could fast forward all the commercials and free throws and stuff.
I do like doing that. The games are too long.
I mean, and that's NBA games are down to 2 hours and 15 minutes, and even that's too long for me.
But you'll watch a TV series. Can't you watch it in different set? That's what I'm thinking.
There was a thing I saw on Twitter. Some guy broke it down into 4 parts, so you could watch it as a mini series.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to treat it like a mini series.
I watch one episode of TV, and then that's it.
What are you talking? You've watched a whole series before?
Yeah, over the course of months. I don't watch 2 episodes back to back. I just don't do that.
Is there any movie you saw what was the Marvel Endgame thing in the theater? Wasn't that 2.5 days long?
Yeah, it was 125 degrees in Thailand. Of course I'm going to sit through a 3-hour movie that day.
Okay, so if Netflix is willing to show this in Thailand while it's 150 degrees out, you're willing to watch it for 3 hours?
Yes.
Okay, Netflix, there's your challenge. Get Jay to Thailand and make it really hot there. Is there any movie you like that's a longer movie? Like a 2.5 hour plus movie? Is there any movie you really like, Jay?
Yeah, but I won't watch it anymore. I like Braveheart. I won't sit through that again.
Are you just no attention span anymore? Or why?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're after 2 hours, I have to go save
4:45. Yeah, there's the uncut version that has extra scenes, and then there's an animated section that they splice in the movie as well.
So you will only watch a 3-hour movie if it's complete shit?
No, it was really good. No, because in the comic, there's a guy reading a comic, and so the parts that are supposed to be the comic book, they actually did a full animation for and put it into the movie where it's supposed to be.
So Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No, nothing like that actually.
Okay, cool. So you watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is a classic movie.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor for snoring.
Ah.
Yes. I've been driving my wife crazy with my snoring. So Jay, you had that surgery? Do you snore anymore?
No.
Completely none. Kat doesn't mention it once to you.
No, I mean I breathe loudly, but I don't snore. I definitely don't snore.
It's the exact same level of snoring, but it's breathing.
No. Taking like deep breaths is different than snoring.
Do you still wear the Darth Vader mask? Vader mask?
Yeah.
Does that make a lot of noise?
No, I mean there's like sound of like air going through, and it's my girlfriend. If you drop a pin, she wakes up, so it bothers her. But like I think for 99% of people, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I think only like the people that wear it hear it. Like you just hear this. If it's like sealed properly, you don't hear anything.
Does she ever get up and leave the room, like sleep in the other room?
Yeah, she has, but like I said, it's insanely light sleeper, so like it's really not going to bother most people.
So, Bri, what about you? Are you snoring?
I think so. Probably. I have a mask. I don't wear it.
So, what'd you say? You are snoring or you're not snoring?
I think I am. Yeah, I probably am because I don't wear my mask. So.
Well, I imagine you share a bed with your girlfriend on occasion.
Yeah.
Does she ever complain about your snoring?
She's never said anything, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I do.
Okay. Is she not allowed to say anything until you guys are married?
No, I mean she just. When I'm at her house, her bed sucks, so I barely sleep when I'm at her house. So it's like, I don't sleep all that much. She snores though. I pointed out to her, and she doesn't believe me. But
yeah, that's a good strategy for preventing snoring. Is having a bed where they can't sleep.
Yeah. How do you not snore? Oh, I just don't sleep. That's all.
So my wife, if she wakes up in the middle of the night, she can't get back to sleep because of my snoring, and then she'll like poke me, and if I don't stop, she'll just go into the other room and like go to sleep in the other room because like I drive her crazy. So I was like, fine, I'll go to the doctor. I've been talking about going to the doctor for a while, so I went to the doctor, and so the doctor was like, okay, so he's like, do you have sleep apnea? Like I don't think I have sleep apnea. He's like, well, let's just like go through like the test for sleep apnea to see if you have it. I was like, I really don't think I have sleep apnea. Like I know like. You're supposed to be like gasping for air, right? In the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Like you stop.
Did you just say to the doctor, I don't have sleep apnea, I'm not Jay.
Yeah. I'm like, don't you listen to the show? So I was like, I don't have sleep apnea. He's like, he goes through like a series of like 10 questions and is like, do you fall asleep like while reading? Do you fall asleep while in mid conversation? Just things to say like that you might be signs you have sleep apnea.
I know how this is gonna go. You're going to say no. You're going to every question. You're going to say no. I don't have sleep apnea, and then answer the question, and then your doctor's going to be like, you have sleep apnea."
So I answered no. I'm like, I don't think my wife listened before. I don't have it. And he's like, well, listen. I'm like, I'm here for snoring. And he's like, well, listen, we can give you a sleep test if we embellish this part of it, the sleep apnea questionnaire. I can embellish it, and then your insurance will cover a sleep test. It's They said instead of going to like a place to do it, you could do it at a home sleep test. And I was like, but the sleep test is for sleep apnea. He's like, yeah. Well, I don't have sleep apnea. He's like, yeah, but if we do the sleep test, we can test for it and we can deal with your snoring. I was like, okay. So we have to embellish. He's like, yeah, we have to embellish it. If we embellish it, the insurance will cover it. And then what will the sleep test show? Well, the sleep test will show if you have sleep apnea, and then we can deal with your sleep apnea. But I don't have sleep apnea.
Well, why do you think you don't?
We can do
It sounds like you do.
Yeah.
He's just like we can test for it and then treat it. I was like, again, I don't have sleep apnea. I have snoring. I was like, what will the test do with my snoring?
You have denial.
He says nothing. It won't do anything for your sleep and snoring. I'm like, wait, I don't understand. He's like, yeah, we can test for it. We can take the sleep home test, the test at home. We can test you and find out if you have sleep apnea. If you do, we can treat the sleep apnea. I'm here for fucking snoring. What about the snoring? He's like, we can't treat that. Why the fuck am I doing a home sleep test to treat your sleep apnea?
You're lucky. I had to go to the lab for my sleep test.
Yeah, me too.
Twice.
And then he's going on about how, like, well, there's a chance if you do have it, it's really bad for you. You're a 40-year-old man that has sleep apnea. It could be really bad for your health. We should test for it. I was like, you went through this whole test. I don't seem to have it. And you're saying we should embellish so I could test for something I don't have. Yes. Are you just trying to like get insurance money? He's like, you should just do the test. And so I'm having a sleep test sent to me so I can do a sleep test for something I don't have to not cure the thing I came there to deal with.
Basically, most people who snore have sleep apnea, so that's his way of telling you that you probably have it.
Yeah, Mark, I'm pretty sure you have sleep apnea.
Yeah. I hate to tell you this. I mean, welcome to the club.
Why are you so adamant that you don't? I don't get it.
My wife has listened. I don't stop breathing in the middle of the night. And all the tests, all the questions on it, I don't randomly fall asleep. How do you guys know you had sleep apnea?
I took the test.
Yeah.
But you didn't have any signs going into it?
Yeah, snoring.
It's just snoring.
Being tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm always tired though.
I'm pretty sure you have apnea.
Yeah.
He said for snoring, there's no like silver bullet. There's really nothing. Like there's no good way to do it. I asked him I was like, hey, I have a friend on my podcast who got this surgery that they cut off his larynx. What did they do to you, Jay? Like they did what to you?
They cut off my tonsils and uvula.
Yeah. So I asked about this, and he goes, yeah, that surgery is like a coin flip. I would never do it to do it. I don't think that I think the outcomes generally it only works maybe 50% of the time.
Depending on what you have. You don't even know what you have.
I don't fucking know what I have. I'm going to get this sleep test and try it, I guess. But the whole thing is that, like, all the result of this will be is if I have it, I'll wear a Darth Vader mask and still snore.
No, that's not how
you
it
won't
works.
snore with the mask.
Yeah.
You don't snore with it? So I just wear a mask every night? How do you sleep with a fucking mask on?
It takes a little bit to get used to. I'm not gonna lie.
If I'm not sleeping, if I'm having trouble sleeping, let's say I'm having trouble sleeping before the mask, I imagine wearing a mask won't make things better.
You get used to it.
Right? Do you get used to it?
I got used to it. See, I sleep like on my side/stomach, so it's really hard for me to wear it because like my face is smushed in. I was doing good with it for a little while, and then it just sort of all of a sudden just stopped, and it just caused me more like anxiety, like of like over stressing, like, oh, I gotta like stay in this position so that I can fall asleep, and if I move, it'll like fall off my face. And eventually, I was just like, fuck it, I'm not wearing this anymore.
Okay. Jay,
But I mean, they have a million kinds. I mean, they have like full face masks. They have little ones that go over your nose. They have all kinds of stuff to try to make it a little more comfortable. But
Yeah.
this sounds awful.
Yeah, it is.
So Bri has just said, "Fuck you." I'm gonna like. Can you, Bri?
and also, I have really bad I have trouble falling asleep. So like sitting there with the mask on and not being able to sleep just pisses me off. So I just take it out. I would just like throw it against the wall like after an hour. Like, why am I sitting here with this fucking thing blowing air up my nose and I can't sleep?
Do you have to sleep on your back to use it? Because you just said that you can't sleep on your side.
They'd like you to, but no, you could do your side. You can't do your stomach though.
Okay. I don't do my side. I sleep on my side.
I used to always sleep on my stomach, so I had to learn how to sleep on my side. So that was fun.
Okay. So Jay, do you sleep better now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And Bri, how do you sleep?
I sleep like shit.
Okay. Did that thing help your sleep?
But Bryce stopped wearing it.
Yeah.
I understand that, Jay. I'm following the story.
Yeah, it did help me a little bit at the time when I was wearing it.
But it's not enough that you'd go back to wearing it.
Well, probably not. I haven't been to my sleep doctor in like 5 years, so like I'd probably have to get a new mask at this point anyway. I actually tried to use it like a month or so ago, and like I was just having the same problem. Like I'm just laying here with this thing on, and it annoyed me, so I didn't really wear it.
And Jay, I remember from your Thailand trip, you can't sleep without it.
Right.
So if you just want to go to sleep and you don't have it with you, you just can't sleep.
Right. But I have central sleep apnea.
What is central sleep apnea?
So
It's what you have.
Probably.
Well, there's obstructive and central. Obstructive is kind of like physical. Like either you gain too much weight and you have too much fat around your neck, or maybe your tonsils are too big, or like there's
Yeah.
some physical symptom. Central is when your brain just basically doesn't tell your body to breathe when you fall asleep. And I have the combo. I have both.
Oh, cool. So you are a winner in life.
Yeah.
So Jay has to wear 2 masks.
But Jay, you're sleeping, but post-surgery, you're sleeping better. Even though my doctor said that, I guess if I probably had what you had, maybe the doctor does the surgery. I don't know. He said for snoring, it's like not a it's very much not a guarantee.
It's not, but it's like if you have it because you have obstruction, it's probably going to get rid of it. And if it doesn't, you're going to lose weight during the process, which also might get rid of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, even if the actual surgery doesn't work, the weight you lose might clear up the problem. Although you don't have weight to lose, so I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure I can lose a few pounds. But I'm not like. I generally don't think weight's the issue.
Right.
Am I staring between Jay and Bri as like the ghost of Christmas future here? Like either I'm gonna be like Jay, where like somehow I get the surgery and I'm sleeping with the mask, or I'm like Bri, where I throw it against the wall and be like, "Well, I haven't been to my sleep doctor for 5 years. Fuck it."
You definitely have apnea.
You.
If I could fall asleep in a reasonably short amount of time, I would go back to wearing it. But I just have such problems falling asleep that.
When you sleep at home, though, Bri, do you sleep? I mean, in the sense that, like, I know you said your sleep is shit, but like, you still like sleep, right?
I mean, I'll go to if we weren't doing the podcast now, I'd go to bed I'd be in bed already, like hoping to fall asleep by like 10:30 or 11.
Yeah, this is why we don't do the podcast much, because like Brian and I are both in bed before like we even start recording.
Yeah, and then I wake up at
they're doing the show from bed, by the way, guys.
And then I wake up at like 5. Like it doesn't like. 4 days off for Thanksgiving. Every morning I woke up at 5. Like, what the fuck?
Whose situation is worse? So Jay wears it, but can't sleep without it. Bri can sleep without it, but he sleeps like shit.
I can't sleep with it.
Yeah, you can't sleep with it, but you can sleep without it. Which situation is better? Jay, do you prefer Bri's magical ability to fall asleep without it, or do you prefer your situation?
No, because Bri always has a shitty night's sleep.
Yeah.
I sometimes have a good night's sleep.
Yeah, as long as you can find a plug.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I will let everyone know when I do my sleep test how it goes.
Hopefully you're Goldilocks and yours is just right.
Yes, just right. I probably will never wear the sleep mask. I don't think I can do that. Even though I guess like so you don't do it. Do you fall asleep randomly?
No.
Because
the only place I could fall asleep is in the driver's seat of my car.
Well,
I swear to God, I could lay anywhere and like not fall asleep. I get in my car and I just like all I want to do is just go to sleep.
I've fallen asleep driving so many times.
Yeah, that's the most dangerous thing. Like you can fall asleep randomly, and driving is as dangerous as you can get, basically.
Yeah, and it's like it's the only like there was a time like a month, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was driving home from the casino at night after a show, and I was just like, I could just fall asleep right now and just fucking I hit a tree or whatever, and I almost pulled over just to take a nap. That's how like ready for sleep I was. I mean, then I got home and I was wide awake. I couldn't sleep.
Someone pointed this out to me, and I didn't even think about it until they said it like that. Like tired driving is so much worse than drunk driving, because drunk driving, you will at least, if you're going to hit something, you'll react, and the accident won't be as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
Tired driving, you fall asleep, you're just a missile.
Yeah. And then the airbag pops up and you have a nice big pillow to sleep on.
Yeah.
I fell asleep at the dentist while getting a filling.
I nodded off at the dentist a couple of times.
I don't think I have the sleep issue you guys have. You guys sound much worse than I am. Though maybe when I get the apnea machine, I'll be sleeping. I'll fall asleep randomly. But Jay, do you still do that though? Do you still fall asleep randomly?
I don't fall asleep randomly. I think I don't have like narcolepsy.
Oh, isn't apnea and narcolepsy similar?
No, it's not even close.
Okay.
Apnea, you can't sleep. Narcolepsy, you fall asleep randomly without any notice.
Oh, I thought that was apnea.
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's why you're so convinced you don't have apnea, because you don't have
because I don't know what it
narcolepsy.
is. That could be it.
I can tell you this: you definitely don't have narcolepsy.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do have apnea.
Yeah. Doc, on the podcast, I was diagnosed with apnea, so I think I have it.
Sorry, Mark. You're a narcoleptic.
On a different note, changing topics a little bit. So I got a new TV, and we had this TV that we got in 2008. We had a couple of years ago got a new TV on Black Friday. Put the new TV in our living room, and put this TV. It's like a 47-inch LCD. We put it in our room, and then recently the TV's been having this issue where like like a menu screen comes on, and you have to go up to the TV to like get rid of the menu screen, and then it'll pop on randomly. And I don't have the actual remote, the original remote that came with it, and so it'll get kind of annoying. And so I was like, well, TVs aren't that expensive these days, so I'm going to, and this TV's old anyway, so I'm going to get a new TV for Black Friday and get rid of this TV. Make sense?
Yeah.
So generally the TV, so I got a new TV, and actually the TV came from Amazon. It actually, within 10 minutes of taking it out of the box, it was broken, and Amazon had to come and replace it. It was kind of annoying, but Amazon was good about doing it all. Anyway, so I got a new TV. The old TV, generally, it works most of the time. It's just this menu screen comes up that's kind of annoying, and you have to go up to the TV, press the button on the side to get the menu screen off the TV. So not a big
Is Mark
deal.
talking in a loop, Jay? Didn't he already say that?
So do you think anyone would want this TV? Like, what do you do with an old LCD TV?
Is it like, it's not a flat screen, I assume?
It's a flat
right?
screen. No, it's a flat
Oh, it is? Because
Yeah.
because I was at my cousin's for Thanksgiving, and he got a brand new TV, and he had his old one in the garage. It was like one of those like big booming, like with the big back. It was a like 50-inch TV, but it was like it looked like a dresser. It was so big. And he's like, I put it out on the street and nobody will take it.
So this is basically like whatever. Imagine you have like a flat screen TV in your house.
Yeah.
So picture yours. It's basically twice as thick. So it's
Yeah.
still pretty thin. Just
Yeah.
like technology from 10 years ago was a little bit thicker.
It doesn't have the huge back.
No, it does not have the
Right.
huge back.
Okay.
It's basically slightly heavier than the new one I got. And
Right.
like
Yeah.
just a little bit thicker, but not much of a difference. Like it's still something you could mount on a wall and stuff.
Right.
So do you think I can give this away? Do you think anyone would want this?
Put it on
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace. See if anybody
Yeah.
takes it.
So you can't just throw this away, because I guess TVs, you have to recycle them. And I was going to recycle the TV because I was thinking no one would want this, but our cleaning lady was here, and I mentioned that we had a new TV and getting rid of this, and she was like, "Oh, if you're getting rid of it," basically I offered it her, and she was like, "I'll take it," and her husband will come and pick it up, and he picked it up tonight. So here's my question to you: should I feel bad giving away a TV that has a defect?
No.
Like even
Not
though
if you gave it away. No. If you get
Yeah.
took money for it, that's one thing.
No, I wasn't going to sell it. But like the TV does have a defect where the menu thing comes on. I don't really know how to fix it. You have to just kind of go up to the TV, and like it's not a perfect working TV. Should I feel that's nice I gave it away and I'm done, or am I being a jerk by giving away something that has a defect where I feel like they don't fully understand the defect until they get home and get annoyed by the TV?
Did you tell her about it?
I told her there's like something, this menu comes on every once in a while, and you have to I don't think she really understood it.
Yeah, probably not.
Chances are she didn't understand it.
I mean, if she quits tomorrow, then you know the answer. But
We don't really even like her as a cleaning lady, so I'd be kind of fine. We actually were thinking about getting rid of her anyway, because she's not that good. But we gave her this TV, and I'm like, you know what? Like, she's not a very good house cleaner anyway, so who cares if I gave her a shitty TV? But I did give her a free TV.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
Okay, so I don't feel any guilt for like giving away something, because I was wondering, I'm like, well, if they're gonna get home and they're gonna be like, oh, he didn't really make it clear this issue. How do I fix this? And they're gonna be like, oh, he gave me a shitty TV. Now I throw it away instead of him.
Nah, you're overthinking it.
I wouldn't worry.
And if they come to me and go like, hey, there's this issue, can I just deny it? That did never happen when I had it? Maybe you did something in transport. Should I lie to her about it? Or when she complains about it, should I just fire her on the spot?
Those are the only two options.
Those are the two options, yeah.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was feeling. I was like, you know what? Like TV works most of the time. Like I was watching something on the other day, and nothing came up. But every once in a while, we have this issue with it, and I'm like, that's why we got the new TV, and it's old anyway. I'm like, but it works most of the time. I'd say like 70% of the time it works fine. I didn't do anything wrong by giving it to her something that's not like that works only 70% of the time.
No, if you gave it away, people take shit for free all the time.
Okay. You guys want to do some questions?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
There was email. I think there's a couple emails, and Andrew has some questions on Facebook. You want to hear Andrew's questions?
Yeah, Andrew actually sent in his list for our Brink bracket.
How close are we?
Well,
we need 64. So yeah,
Andrew's list had 80 something.
Jesus.
Holy shit!
And so I've been trying to combine that with what we had already. So we're up to 93. So now we actually have to get rid of 30.
Okay. Do you, Jay, want to ask us which ones? Like, give us. You can pick out the things you think are weaker and ask us. We can say leave or take out, or leave in or take out.
Okay.
Do you want to do that right now, or do you want me to do Andrew's Facebook questions first?
You can do the Facebook question first.
Okay. Andrew writes, "Are you guys psyched for the next Star Wars movie coming out in a few weeks?" And I'm gonna ask a question with Andrew's question. What Star Wars movie is coming out? I thought they were done with those.
Episode 9's coming out.
I was excited, and now I really every day that goes by, I kind of lose interest in it.
I'm not excited.
Is this the last one?
Supposedly,
until the next trilogy.
Okay. Oh, so this is the
because the new ones have been so shitty that every time I get get hyped about it, and then it's just shitty, and I'm just like,
Yeah, episode 8 sucked, so I'm not interested now.
I mean, the best of the new ones is Rogue One, but and Solo was okay. I thought Solo was pretty good, but 7 and 8 were just so underwhelming. I mean, 7 was just a ripoff of the original Star Wars, and then 8 was kind of just
8 sucked. I didn't.
Yeah, 8 just dragged on.
Star Wars is 4, 5, and 6. That's the originals, right?
Yeah,
but you could add Rogue One. That was good.
So they did the first 3, and then there's 7, 8, and this is number 9. But then there's also those separate movies aren't there a couple movies is a Han Solo a separate movie?
Yeah, there's a Han Solo one, and there's one called Rogue One, which ties right into the first original movie.
Okay, and those are good?
Yes.
Rogue One is Rogue One's
very good.
But 8 sucks.
8 sucks.
So
and
9. No, so hang on. It's 1, 2, or 3, or 7, 8, and 9. Are any of those good?
3 is pretty good.
3 is okay. 7's okay. 1, 2, and 8 skip.
Okay. I mean, I feel like if I'm going to ever watch it, I'm just going to watch 4, 5, and 6 again and just forget the rest of them exist.
Do Rogue One 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not. So one of you. By the way, is Mandalorian? Where does that fit in?
Mandalorian's really good.
Yeah. So
it takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, I think they said.
Okay.
So it's after the Empire and.
So my new TV is come with I'm getting 6 months of Disney Plus. Do you think I could jump into Mandalorian without having watched I watched the first Star Wars when I was 7. I don't remember.
There's not really anything you need to know about Star Wars to watch it.
So I don't need any backstory. I can just start.
Yeah, I mean, there's no new character. I mean, there's no characters that carry over or anything.
What's it about? Or what's the general concept?
It's just about this dude who's a bounty hunter, and he's not Boba Fett apparently.
Oh, good.
And even though he looks exactly like Boba.
Yeah, even though it's a total ripoff of him, he's a bounty hunter, and he gets this bounty in the first episode, which is the Baby Yoda thing.
Oh,
and then it's kind of just follows him on his thing, on his hunts.
And Jay really likes Baby Yoda.
It needs to stop. I get it. It's cute.
I saw you post that on Facebook, and I'm like, I don't think I've even seen Baby Yoda yet.
Are you serious? It's every time I go on Facebook, it's the first 3 posts are Baby Yoda memes. I guess it's just the people I'm friends with, but I'm so sick of it already.
So I've been actively trying to not scroll too much through Facebook. I only go on Facebook to go to our Brink and Nick's page, and once in a while I'll go something for our town, but I try not to scroll through Facebook, basically. That's why I don't see it, I guess. That's why I'm not as up to date on pop culture as you are, Jay.
Scroll for 6 seconds, you'll see a Baby Yoda.
Brian, do you see it all the time?
I see it on Twitter a lot. I don't really see it on Facebook.
I go through Twitter. I don't really see. I looked it up after to see what it looks like. But Jay, have you watched Baby Yoda yet? I mean, Mandalorian?
No.
So, Brian, you have Disney Plus.
Yes.
Is it good? I mean,
I've only watched The Mandalorian, and I think I watched a couple of Simpsons episodes.
Jay, do you want to tell them the bad news about Simpsons?
Oh yeah, the aspect ratio is off, so you're gonna lose a bunch of sight gags.
The picture is not like the picture is.
I thought you were going to say. I thought the bad news was that they didn't take that they're
Removing
not
the
gonna show the Michael Jackson episode,
which is ridiculous, by the way.
Would they remove the Michael Jackson episode?
Yeah, they did.
I mean,
we just got to pretend he didn't exist.
Which I thought the whole thing was that wasn't even Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson literally did the voice, but the character in the show was not Michael Jackson.
Oh, I thought he did the voice.
He did.
I thought he didn't. I thought it was just like an impersonator.
No, he did the voice, but he didn't want credit for it, so he's not in the credits. But it's him.
I mean,
but the singing wasn't him. He didn't do the singing, which is weird.
This shit goes too far. Like, I totally think Michael Jackson's a total scumbag, but at the same time, are you going to remove everything from pop culture?
Yeah,
like Kevin Spacey, like, was supposed to have like I don't know what the fuck he did, but now like you don't watch Usual Suspects anymore because Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
was it?
There's people like that. Yeah.
This whole woke culture thing is fucking insane.
Yeah.
What if Bloomberg spent $50 billion to like take all those people and send them to China? Would you vote for him?
Yeah.
He gets rid of all the woke people. You got my vote.
Yeah. Anybody's a little too woke. We should have like a level of woke.
And you're right. Best video game ever played, and why is it better than anything else?
Tetris.
It's a good one. That was a pretty goddamn addicting game.
I'm gonna go with Portal 2, and I just thought it was like the most unique game I've played. I like the story, good graphics. It had the whole package.
Right? Do you know what the hell Jay's talking about?
No, I think he made it up.
I think so too.
I knew if it was anything other than Tetris or Mario, you wouldn't know what I was talking about.
I was gonna say NBA Jam, but okay.
Okay.
Or Contra. Portal. What the fuck is a portal, Jay?
It was this AI thing, and you have like a gun that can make portals. So you make like an in and out basically. So you could shoot like an in a wall and then like an out in a different wall. So you can walk through one end and come out the other.
Brian, if Jay told you his favorite band was Portal 2 and they were big in Europe, would we just believe him?
It's I don't know.
And you're right. Is it what system is it for?
Xbox 360.
Has anyone else heard of this game?
It's widely regarded as a phenomenal game.
Okay. And you're right. Business idea for Jay. You advertise yourself for hire to take the blame for other people's bad work at any business around New York.
Scapegoats.
Scapegoats. They pay you a nice amount of money to get yelled at by pretending to work at their business. What do you think, Jay?
I mean, that's already my daily life. I guess I could get yelled at in different environments instead. Yeah.
Work hates Jay. This is like that. Your service could be called Work hates Jay.
Embrace the side hustle.
And like if you can big things like, who took down Lehman Brothers? Jay?
Sure, why not?
Where are my two towers? Jay?
Did I do that? Yeah.
Where'd my Iraq go? Jay?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so Jay, do you have the list?
We have a couple emails.
Okay. Well, actually, I have two.
You have what?
I'll go through 1 second. So I think our most brink story of the week. You remember Jordan Zimmerman? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, it's the guy who shot Trayvon.
Are we suing them? Yeah. Right?
He is suing the family of Trayvon Martin and some other people for $100 million. He shot the woman's son and then sues her for $100 million. Is he the world's biggest asshole?
He is, but what is he suing for? Emotional distress or some garbage?
He is claiming they lied and set him up. There is even a documentary that he is part of called the Trayvon Martin hoax. He claimed they lied to the prosecutor to get the trial should never have happened. He was completely innocent. Even though I guess he was found, he was not prosecuted, but like he thinks the fact that they even accused him of anything was a gigantic injustice.
He's going to get sued for calling the death a hoax, and he's going to lose that. It's like the Sandy Hook thing, or Alex Jones lost that.
Well, I don't think he's arguing that death is a hoax because he shot the guy, so he knows Trayvon Martin died at his hands. But
well, you just said he was a hoax.
No, there's a documentary called the Trayvon Martin hoax, where they basically claim that like he was set up by. He was basically set up. Basically, By the way, Trayvon Martin's mom is running for for office now.
Oh yeah, she seems really qualified. What's your qualifications? My son was shot.
Apparently,
a guy in Connecticut, he got elected to the state senate because his wife and kids got killed.
Cool.
Yeah, didn't you? Brian ranted about that on the show.
Oh, I ranted about it. I wanted to run against him, but he wasn't in my town.
She apparently became a surrogate for Hillary Clinton and her a nationwide advocate for social justice.
Oh, good. Hillary's not corrupt at all. This is good. This is getting better and better.
For District 1 seat on the Miami-Dade County Commission. But yeah, he apparently claims that at least what is it? Basically, he claims their family produced a false narrative and dishonest accounts for witnesses, and like basically they made up all these charges against him and ruined his life.
I think shooting a kid ruined his life.
So why don't we debate this? I'll take George Zimmerman's side, and you could take the Trayvon Martin side. You want to debate, Jay?
Am I taking his mom's side?
You don't have to pretend you're a black woman, Jay. You could just argue for Trayvon Martin. Okay. I will argue for George Zimmerman.
All right.
So Jay, George Zimmerman rescued the community from a young black man. The black man attacked him. He shot him as he's supposed to, and now the family wants to prosecute him for this. What kind of America is this, Jay?
But the black man did not attack him.
Were you there, Jay? According to the only witness says Martin attacked him.
Oh, well,
I being the only witness.
That's
George Zimmerman being the only witness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about the call to the cops where you said you were following him?
Of course I was following him because I assumed, I mean, if you see a young black man walking around in a hoodie, you know rapes are going to be happening, so you got to follow him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
See, the dog agrees with me. Ghost dog agrees.
That's right.
I don't even know where to go with that.
Quiet, you.
The suit cites information in a documentary about the case titled "The Trayvon Hoax." It accuses the Martin family of engineering a false testimony, and the director has scheduled a press conference this week in Coral Gables to coincide with the film screening there.
Wow. Okay.
This
is going to go over well.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking normal. And the other thing was Elon Musk, you know, the guy that
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Apparently, so you remember those divers that rescued those kids, soccer?
He called one of them a pedophile or something, right?
Yeah. So the guy had said something like Elon Musk had said he's going to build a submarine, and one of the divers said something about like derogatory about the idea of him building a submarine, and so Elon Musk went on Twitter, not even knowing the guy was a diver, had never even heard of the guy before, called him a pedophile online. And now there's a lawsuit happening. But now there's actually a trial happening over this.
What?
Yeah. I don't know who's crazy. On the one hand, I don't think Musk should be calling someone he's never even heard of before a pedophile.
Yeah.
We call him a pedo because he claims it's not a pedophile. It's just where he grew up, pedo was a common term for people that were creepy. He claims that has nothing to do with being a pedophile.
Just a coincidence.
Also, the guy apparently, he was one of the divers, so he's kind of an actual hero. But it's also weird that he was just called an insult on Twitter, and now there's a lawsuit. Now there's like a trial over it.
That's unbelievable. What's the lawsuit? Being mean?
Well, the lawsuits are calling it. He claims because Elon Musk has a wide following on Twitter, by calling him a pedo, people will believe that because he's a well-known figure. So it's like if Donald Trump, Jay, called you a pedophile, a certain segment of the population would believe you are a pedophile. And I mean, that happens to be true, but I mean, a certain segment of the population would believe it. If someone famous calls you that.
Huh. Well, yeah.
I mean, you don't think there's something to that? Like,
yeah, no. It's true. Yeah.
It's true that you are a pedophile, or is it true that I have to work pedophile with every show, by the way?
Yeah, I know. That's on the list.
But is it like if someone famous who has like a lot of credibility among like with the public says something about you, it holds a lot more weight than like just Briar Eye, just call it Briar Eye, just calling you a name.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Anyway, that's what the lawsuit's over. It's like $100,000. Not as much as what George Zimmerman's suing Trayvon Martin's family for killing Trayvon Martin. He gets $100 million. This guy may have actually had something done to him, and he's only asking for $100,000.
It's kind of generous, really.
Yeah. So, anyway, go to you had some.
Yeah, emails. Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, what percentage more do you think it costs to live like a hipster? Example: if you go to a bar for a drink, you can't just get any beer. You have to get the hipster drink."
Yeah, even like when you shave, you can't use like regular shaving. You have to have like a hipster brand of shave of like you have to get the Dollar Shave Club or something hipster. Like.
Right, you have to get like a beer talc for your stupid hipster beard.
Yeah, I figured out you just buy instead of doing the Dollar Shave Club, you just buy individual like the razors and just keep them for a long time, and you're just good.
I would say there's at least a 25% premium.
Like you can't like if you're a hipster and you have sleep apnea, you can't get a normal sleep apnea machine. You got to get like a really cool one that like Drake wore.
Yeah, a grass-fed one.
Yeah, exactly.
Only free-range apnea machines for me.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna like stop breathing on a normal apnea machine.
Is there any way we could work kale into this apnea machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with like 25% premium.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Lorenzo also writes, "Hey guys, so I'm in Australia and my work colleague recently mentioned that she was traveling to New York. So I asked her to bring back a newspaper so I could read up on some Knicks news from a local point of view. So she brought back the New York Times from Sunday 1st of December, and there was not a single mention of the Knicks anywhere in there. What the fuck? Is that normal? Also, $6 for a newspaper. Who besides Marc can afford this?"
Well, in fairness, the New York Times every other day costs a normal amount. The Sunday Times is like supposed to be extra thick, and it's like the most expensive day of the week.
Yeah, it's like 6 times the size of a normal paper. It's also
does the New York Times even have a sports section?
They do, but it's like not regular. It's like your local paper will have regular coverage. They'll have like longer pieces. They'll have some coverage of the game. It's not regular coverage of any team.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should have got you like the Daily News or the Post or I don't know. Ones that like regularly crap on the Knicks every day.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I used to get the Times, and the Sunday, like, there's just so much crap to like recycle every week that I had to stop getting it. Well, I get the online. Do you guys subscribe to any papers?
No.
Yeah, I get the Hartford Courant, and then there's a local paper from my town I get.
Okay.
And I get the online versions too. So like if like when it snowed the other day, they didn't deliver the paper, so I just read it online.
Yeah, I switched to I just do the online Times. We don't really. If I had a local paper, I might get it. Also, we don't.
There'll be a lot of stories about gun arsenals and.
I want to fucking know what's going on with that, and I don't know. I heard basically he's out of prison and living in our community still.
Cool.
I heard he listens to a lot of podcasts.
He still lives pretty goddamn close to the guy. And Walls by it's alleged. We have no idea what he actually did. I was reading a report. That's all. Please don't sue our show for $100 million. Anyway, he lives not far from the goddamn elementary school.
That's cool.
And my son's elementary school, they're having a lockdown drill this week.
That's normal.
Yeah. What do you say? What do I say? My son goes, "Why do we have a lockdown drill?" What do you guys say to your kid?
So you know what to do when there's a shooter at your door.
But isn't it weird? Like, what do you mean a shooter? Well, it's a like you could have like
it's a crazy white guy.
You can have like an earthquake, like a natural phenomenon. This is just a phenomenon that happens that white people like to go to schools and shoot people.
Can't be helped. Can't be helped.
Yeah. By the way, why don't they screen for that? Like that's like we screen at the airport for every Muslim. Why can't we screen white men should basically be like they should be like screened going into schools.
Just
Be like,
show
"We're
them,
gonna take you guys on a
show them Die Hard and be like, well, there's people like Hans Gruber everywhere.
there's no one besides
Show them falling down.
Yeah.
no one besides adult white men who shoot up schools.
Show them falling down and be like, this is the guys I do the podcast with.
Who is more likely to be the guy from falling down, Jay or Bry?
Bry.
Bry, what do you think? 'Cause I don't think it's close. I think it's Jay 100%.
I'm not violent. That's my if I was violent, I probably would have already snapped.
The
by
guy
now.
from Falling Down wasn't violent though.
No, I know, but
He was just
Wasn't
intimidating.
he kind of violent actually?
No, he was just intimidating.
yeah, I'm not very intimidating.
Like he held up the fast food place at gunpoint, but that was just because he wanted breakfast.
Yeah.
He had a gun.
lunch or
Okay,
whatever.
you're right. He didn't actually shoot someone, but he had a gun.
Yeah.
Or did he shoot anyone?
No, he just wanted to get home.
Okay,
That was his whole thing. He just wanted to get home and see his kids.
Can't you see Jay being like, I just like the subway doesn't work that morning. You get screamed at work for like a normal Tuesday. They're like, you have to stay late, and he's like, fuck it, I gotta go home. The subway's not working. Jay just gets a gun. And
I think Jay would more likely become Joker than the falling down guy.
See, Brian, I could see you becoming the Joker more so than the falling down guy.
Mm.
So I think we've come to the conclusion.
But I wouldn't dance down the stairs, so
That's true. I don't think any of us would dance down the stairs.
So we're both psychos. We just don't know which one.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna put it that way, Jay, it just sounds so negative.
Jay, the only good thing about the Baby Yoda memes is that they replaced the Joker memes.
That is true. It's like everyone's got to beat whatever's popular to absolute death. Can't we just have a normal amount of something?
Jay, would you, if the HR guy would return to that company, like if the price you had to pay was to wear the Baby Yoda costume to work, would you do that for the HR guy to return?
Yes.
Okay. So the HR guy, if you're out there, make this offer to Jay because I want him to be Baby Yoda at work.
Lorenzo writes, hey guys, what gifts does Mark buy his servants for Christmas?
A TV.
Or does he screw them out of a Christmas bonus like Chevy Chase's Christmas vacation?
He gives them a TV, a broken TV.
Yeah, broken TV.
Broken TVs. That's very generous.
A week of salary.
All right.
Does that sound off or that sounds normal, right?
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I don't have servants.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't have service?
I don't have a salary.
I don't have a car. I don't have a house. I don't have servants. So, I don't know.
What do you?
I can't relate to you, Mark. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what you did to gain such a high stature in life, but
I don't really know how I have a high stature. It's only on this show I have a high stature.
I know. Yeah. How did you get a stature having sleep apnea for so long?
It's that when it's undiagnosed, you're fine. Once it's diagnosed, shit goes downward.
That's why I hate going to the doctor. It's like they
try to think of something wrong with you because just so they can make more money.
I just live in denial. Like, yeah, it's fine. I don't need to know what I have because then I'll just obsess about it and get depressed about it.
are you going to go back to the doctor and tell him mixed up apnea and narcolepsy?
I really did. This is off.
And then you're going to be like, so, maybe I do have apnea.
So sleep apnea, you just don't fall asleep? You don't randomly fall asleep at all?
No, sleep apnea, you stop breathing.
While you're asleep, you fall asleep.
Yeah.
But it happens while you're sleeping.
Which causes snoring.
Right.
But Jay, you don't fall asleep though.
Because I'm the lucky guy that has both.
I don't understand why you can't fall asleep without the machine. I understand that you'd have trouble sleeping, but I understand why you literally can't. You're in Thailand or you're on your flight, whatever. You're dead tired. This 18-hour flight, and you can't fall asleep. I don't understand that.
Because I have the one where my brain doesn't tell my body to breathe, so I fall asleep and then I instantly jolt awake because I'm not breathing.
So you're the only person whose brain doesn't know how to go.
I think I have that too.
But Bryken still has the superpower to be able to go to sleep.
That's the show, Kat. We just make fun of Jay.
Is Kat going to join us?
Oh, Jay, you're catching on finally.
It's no wonder I don't want to do the show. Well, it's just like roasting Jay for an hour.
I've just invited topics where you guys can make fun of me today, and it hasn't been that much making fun of me.
Jay, you could do 3 hours of this show a week, or you could watch The Irishman. What would you do?
Do I have to watch it all in one sitting?
What would you rather do? 3 hours of this show or or watch The Irishman? One sitting. What would be worse for you?
Probably Irishman. That one.
You know what we
sitting
should
is
do?
brutal.
We should all watch The Irishman at the same time doing the show.
During the show.
Well, Mark can't multitask, so it'll just be silence.
Yeah, I really want to watch this movie too, even though Bry's kind of ruined it for me.
Well, Bry hates everything, so
Yeah, that's true, Bry. You do kind of hate everything.
I was really. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't as great as everyone thinks it is.
Bry, can you tell me something recent that you've liked, movie or TV show? Anything in the last few months?
I like The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I think I'm gonna try watching that.
cool.
What else have I liked? Yeah, that might be it.
That's it. Bry hates everything else.
Okay.
All right. I think we're just about out of time.
You want to do that list next show?
Yeah, because it's a lot to go over. So we'll,
Yeah. Well, Andrew, you gave us a fantastic topic for next show.
Yeah. So thank you, Andrew, for your list. Yeah, we'll condense it down because now we have for the Brink bracket we have like 90-something items. So now we got to lower it a little bit.
So next show, let's spend the show condensing it down and set up the bracket.
Yeah. And then we'll get like one vote for each thing, and it'll be very anticlimactic.
I'm telling you, we should not put the vote to the fans because the only fan is Andrew, and it's going to be really depressing when he doesn't even remember, he doesn't like take the energy to
You're
actually
dissing
vote.
Lorenzo again.
I know Lorenzo's a big fan. 2 fans. Sorry, I cut our fans in half. I don't think a lot of people are going to vote on this, so it's going to be really depressing when you put it up online.
Right, but why would we go through all this effort for us to?
Bri, do you think we should put it to a vote or just do it ourselves? We have 1 vote for do it ourselves, 1 vote for put it to the fans. You decide.
I mean, we're only going to get a total of 5 votes. I mean, the 3 of us and those 2 guys.
Right. So why don't we have like I'll vote with the Brink account, Mark votes with the Knicks account, Bri votes with his own account, and then Lorenzo.
Wait. Who votes for the Donald Trump account?
And then Lorenzo and Andrew can vote too. So we'll have 5 for each one.
Yeah.
So, Brian, what do you think? Which one? Vote for fan vote?
I mean, we might as well let them. They did all the work.
Yeah.
Getting the list, so we might as well let them in on it.
Yeah.
I will. The majority rules here. So, Brian decided. That's fine with me.
All right.
What did we learn today?
We're like the Supreme Court here.
Yeah, exactly. We've made. We can decide anything.
That was very diplomatic.
Can we do that for now on the show going forward? Majority rules. Anything we could just vote on it and.
That could be the new theme of our show. People come with issues and we rule on them.
Yeah. So we did. I didn't. We voted on giving a broken TV to my housekeeper. That's fine. I got 2 votes. I'm clear. What else we decide? What else would we vote on this episode?
To let the fans do the bracket.
Yeah, the bracket.
We voted that you have sleep apnea.
Yeah. 2 votes. I probably have sleep apnea based on the vote of the show.
Yeah.
I will be doing the sleep apnea test now, and we'll find out. Jay, anything else that we should vote on before the show ends? Should we vote on the end of the show? Who wants the end of the show?
Should Mark stop talking? I vote yes.
I abstain.
I'm going to vote for that. Jay should play the goodbye music.
I concur.
My love. Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. You better go away. I'm gonna leave you. It's the end. Goodbye. Goodbye. Just leave me alone. Feels so good to say.